This is your main event of the evening. 8 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Brought to you and promoted by Nikisa Madarian and Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions in association with Matchroom Boxing. And brought to you live worldwide on Netflix. Our three judges scoring this bout at ringside: David Sutherland, Michael Tate, and Steve Weisfeld. And our timekeeper, Rick Villazon. And our referee in charge when the bell rings is Christopher Young. So, the MVP stage is set. The time is now for the fighters, for the fans. Are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the camouflage trunks, he stands 6 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 243.4 pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring with a professional record of 28 victories versus 4 defeats, with 25 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Watford, London, England. Introducing the Olympic gold medalist and the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. To some, he is known by his full name, Энтони Joshua. But around the world, he is known by just 2 letters. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Энтони Joshua. And now his opponent, standing across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with the yellow trim. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 216.6 pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring with a professional record of 12 victories versus just 1 defeat, with 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Introducing the icon, the man who brought boxing here to Netflix, the biggest promoter of women's boxing of all time, the one you all came here to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the creator, the record breaker, the MVP, El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul.
Let's go. All right, Jimmy, listen. This good right here. This good right here. Jimmy, you know what time it is. You get up, fight hard, fight clean, touch him up.
Jake Paul says he's about to author the biggest upset in the history of sports. Энтони Joshua looking to land the money shot and cash in on the realest of reality checks. It's Judgment Day in Miami. The gloves don't recognize followers, they recognize force. One man chasing legitimacy, the other guarding legacy. 22-foot ring. David, who does that benefit?
It benefits Jake. He really needs to stay on his toes, avoid Anthony Joshua's jab. There it is. He doesn't want to be eating those because that's the equivalent of a right hand from a cruiserweight.
Yeah, both rely heavily on their jabs, but Jake Paul, for the first time in his boxing career, had a physical disadvantage and the 5-inch reach advantage for Anthony Joshua, just stalking Jake Paul. Paul bouncing up and down, comes forward with the jab. Crowd getting restless, but this is exactly what I think we all expected out of Jake Paul, and for Anthony Joshua as well, Christina. Staying focused, staying calm and cool.
Absolutely. 15 months out of the ring for Anthony Joshua. He's going to get, some time here to work a little bit as Jake Paul continues to circle around the outside of the ring. What he shouldn't do is circle to Anthony Joshua's right hand. He needs to continue to move to Jake Paul's right so he can try to land a right hand like that of his own.
The biggest shot of the fight so far has come from Jake. AJ's missing. He felt a bit embarrassed by taking that big overhand right from Jake. And it shows as he threw a punch out of range.
Both of them known for their devastating right hands, but for Anthony Joshua, full-blown heavyweight his whole career. First time he had to make weight, came in under the 245 weight limit. And Jake Paul already resorting to tactics to get Anthony Joshua off his game.
And I'm good with that double jab that Jake Paul just landed to the body of Anthony Joshua. Get yourself in some sort of a rhythm. Obviously moving around a lot on his feet, but he needs to start getting loose with those punches, and I'm good with him starting off with that jab.
So far, he looks very comfortable in there. He doesn't look like he's rattled. The only shot that's landed has been from Jake so far.
It's the only shot. One punch has landed in this first round.
If that's the only shot that lands in his first round, you've got to give it to Jake.
A big moral victory, and there it is, a double jab. Jake able to get inside and then get away, but Anthony Joshua just picking his... There's that right hand, and that right hand is an eraser.
Yeah,
and his right uppercut is devastating.
Anthony looks a little frustrated here. Look at it rolling.
Right hand by Joshua. And Jake Paul has his hands down. He is playing with fire.
It's a dangerous strategy. But he's looking at counters with a big overhand right. And Anthony Joshua looks like right now he's trying. And when you try, you slow down. It's a good game plan so far from Jake. He landed a good right hand to the body.
Whoa, and Joshua misses with that sweeping right hand delivered with bad intentions.
And a smirk on the face of Jake Paul as he felt some breeze probably zipping through his face after that shot misses from Anthony Joshua. But you have to think there's a little bit of a clock in Anthony Joshua's mind. However long this fight goes, I think the pressure mounts for him to land something significant.
I can see the pressure on him now, that big swing and a miss. Very rarely does AJ throw shots from out of range.
But now he has all along the rope. Paul clinches like a veteran. And he went from looking down at Tank Davis to looking up at a tank in Anthony Joshua's Jake Paul. So eloquently put it. And he's content to just continue to utilize movement. Not worried about throwing anything of substance right now. He wants to just see what Anthony Joshua's all about. Minute and a half gone here in the second. As the seconds tick away, fans will become more and more frustrated, especially those who thought Joshua would put away Jake Paul in a hurry.
Smirk on Jake's face. He's toying with
He's playing with fire.
He really is.
Hands are down, but Joshua unable to cut off the ring now, following Paul.
And a bit of a clash of heads there as Jake Paul looks to close the distance and hold Anthony Joshua.
Final minute of the second.
Anthony Joshua isn't an inside fighter in regards to grappling and pushing, whereas Jake got a wrestling background, so he'll be a lot more comfortable in those clinches.
All along the ropes where he doesn't want to stay too long against a murderous puncher like Anthony Joshua.
Jake's doing a great job of avoiding those big killer right hands. Anthony Joshua isn't setting anything up. He's loading up with the shots, playing into Jake's game plan.
Fans already frustrated again. None of us expected this fight to go long, despite the fact that most of us thought Jake Paul would utilize the ring and move it. Anthony Joshua unable to land anything of consequence yet, as we are now through 2 rounds. And our center of the ring, sponsor Intuit TurboTax.
He can't use your footwork. Listen, don't let him set. Look, don't let him walk to you and set. Don't let this motherfucker set. Look, when you come to you,